Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Welcome back to Throne Work. Today we're doing a low taper. My client has been washed, pre-washed, and prepped. So we're gonna start with the first guideline at the bottom with the clipper all the way closed. We're not gonna start with a balding clipper or a trimmer because I don't like starting my tapers like that. I like to start my tapers with the clipper already closed. Then we're gonna open that clipper up. Then we're gonna go up to the next guideline. Barbers, make sure you take your time on this area when you're doing the taper. Remember to follow your fading technique steps. Whatever technique y'all use to fade with, it's the same concept with your taper. Just a smaller surface area. So make sure you're using the same steps. So what I'm doing is walking down my fade. I like to walk my fade down. I will open up my guards and then I'll walk it back down. Right here we're with a 1.5 and we're going up at the bottom of the occipital bone just to give that fade a nice blend into his waves. I have not trimmed down the waves yet, but as you see, we're starting to trim down the waves just to blend into the taper. What I do like to do is do my taper a section at a time. I do not like to cut the whole head down first. I do notice that a lot of barbers will cut the lowest desired length around the whole head first. I'm a seasoned barber. That's not something I do anymore. You know, that's more for beginner barbers. I got control over the haircut, so I kind of know where I want to cut at and, you know, what areas I've missed. So right here we on the half guard where we're kind of blending his bottom row in, and then we've moved on to cutting down the rest of the hair on the side of his haircut to blend in the rest of the waves. As you see, the waves are all starting to come together, and that's what we want. He looks so at peace getting his haircut. Y'all come on over here to Throne Work and get in this chair now. So we done did the taper on the side. I did him a low taper on the side. I blended in the top of his beard to the bottom of his taper. Again, this taper is low on these sides, so you should not be starting your taper where you do a high or medium. So we started the lineup. Do not say nothing about my chalk. Okay, I like my chalk. I put my chalk on, and I like to use it as a razor guideline. But stay tuned for the finished product, and you'll see what I mean when I use this chalk. Now we're at the bottom of the beard. So at the bottom of the beard, you want to make sure, what you laughing for? I'm trying to cut your hair, boy. Be still. At the bottom of the beard, you want to make sure you're being very delicate because the skin can get cut and nicked with those trimmers. But make sure you are sculpting the beard. Do not leave the wild hairs hanging. Do not leave the beard unsculpted. The beard is a part of the haircut, so make sure you're sculpting the beard. Be no point in them coming in paying for a haircut and then you just lining up the beard. Make sure you give it a nice little sculpt. All right, we're finishing off with the razor line. So I like to take my razor and hit that white chalk and give it that finishing polished look. So stay tuned. Barbers, make sure you're taking your time in this area, please. Please, you can hurt somebody, okay? Then voila. Look at that. Ta-da. You see what I'm saying? I try to tell y'all. Y'all don't be listening to me. Go ahead and drop. Book that link. Book the link I'm about to drop. Quit playing with me. Bye. Boy.